Happy Wednesday, guys. Today's home workout is AMRAP 7 of 3 shoot-throughs, 6 V-sits, and 9 box jump overs. So this is a fast workout. All these movements should be relatively easy. Everyone can be able to do these movements. 3 shoot-throughs, you don't have to do push-ups or dips for those shoot-throughs. We're just working on that drive from our hips and our core to get into those positions. 6 V-sits. For the V-sits, if you need to go jackknives today, but try to keep them unbroken as much as you can throughout this AMRAP 7, and then 9 box jump overs. If you don't have a box, jump over an object. You can go laterally, you can go forward, up to you, whatever you feel comfortable with. But the intent of this workout is to keep that high intensity entirely throughout the 7 minutes. Ideally around that 6-minute, 5-minute mark, you want to push to that 6th gear and go even faster if you have anything left in that tank. But you should be completely wiped out after you finish this AMRAP 7. Since the movements are easy and they're full body movements, you're going to be moving and you're going to be getting really a lot of acid buildup in those legs or in that core. That means then you're doing it right. So if you're not feeling that, you're probably not at that high intensity range for the intent of this workout. Again, if the movements are new to you, don't worry about the intensity as much. Again, intensity will come later on as you feel more comfortable with the movements and you have the strength. So if you're coming into this fresh, you're doing this for the first time, don't worry about going super fast on this one. Just try to find a pace that you can continuously move at for the entirety of the 7 minutes. As you progress more, then you can go a little bit faster. Once you finish that sprint style workout, we're going to go into a cool down with 90 seconds of ankle strengthening per side, and then finishing off with 90 seconds of a Shin Roll-out per side. Especially after doing those box jump overs at a fast pace, you're going to start to feel that lactic acid build up in those legs, and they're going to get nice and tight after doing them. So it's good to kind of de-stress that, do some stretching, so ankle strengthening there, and a little bit of stretching there, and to roll out those shins. Hope you enjoyed today's workout and the afterburner. We'll see you guys next for the warm-up. All right, guys, we're here for the warm-up. We're going to start off with 60 bodyweight Russian twists. So you don't have to do them all unbroken. Break it up, sets of 20, sets of 30. You don't need to use any weight for this. Try and focus on really on that rotation when you're going to one side. So don't just try to reach with your arms or your hands. Try to reach with that upper body towards the direction that you're going. So you can challenge yourself by going legs straight here, or if you're new to it, keep your knees bent. But again, we're going to try and reach as much as we can to that one side, going for 60 reps. Every time you touch that side, that's going to count as 1 rep. So break it up if you need to, 60 reps to start off with. Then we're going to go into some single-legged deadlifts. You're going to go 15 reps per side. Use a weight here unless you're still trying to work on that balance with that single leg. You're going to grab that weight. The leg that's balancing on the floor, that's not going to be using the weight. So my right side is going to hold on to the weight. My left side is going to be doing the balancing. I'm going to hinge at the hips, send that leg straight back, and I'm going to come down as low as I can as long as I'm keeping that back nice and flat. I'm going to drive through that front leg to stand up. And as I'm doing that, I'm pushing my heel, pushing my full foot into the ground to really use my hamstring as I stand it up. So what it looks like again from the side, down, come up, drive hard through that leg to activate that hamstring. Once you're done that, guys, we're going to go into some static lunges, but from a narrow stance. So I like to do these to kind of get the quads and the adductors activated. So pick a line on the floor. If you don't have a line, that's okay. See if you can keep your toes or your heels all in one straight line. You're going to drop that knee down so that it's about a fist away from that heel, so there's some gap in between. It's going to be a little bit of a balance act here. You're going to try and drive that leg up and then back down again. We're going to go for 15, the left leg forward, really trying to keep that balance by squeezing the inside of this leg and keeping that hip active on the back. Then we're going to do the same thing on that opposite leg, opposite stance, same idea, 15 static lunges from there. Once you've done that, you're gonna grab a weight. We're gonna go into restrict presses from an active lunge position. So we're gonna keep that knee just slightly above the ground. We're gonna take a lunge forward, get into that front rack position, 15 reps on that one side. Once you've done 15 reps, switch, and you do 15 reps on that opposite side. So this is gonna challenge that core, guys, and that balance. Also, when you're doing that press, try not to rush through them. If you need to, do them in sets of 5 so that you can still also focus on that back, getting nice activation when you're overhead each time. So just one round of that, guys. Once you're done, we'll see you guys next for the workout movements. For the shoot throughs today, find 2 objects that are stable. I'm going to be using boxes here. You can use chairs. Put your hands on top of the seat there. I'm going to use these boxes here. Same concept though. Hands in above push-up stance. Fingers kind of splayed out there. I'm going to start in my push-up stance here with my feet behind me. As I'm going to that shoot through, I'm going to kick my feet through and get my feet in front of me in a nice tight hollow body position with my elbows locked out. Then to finish the movement, I'm going to kick back and come to my original position there. So really trying to work on that hip flexor and that glute strength there, really trying to pull ourselves back into those positions there. This one's a quick one, there's no push-up or dip in this shoot through style, so more taxing of that aerobic system as we do this movement. And again, play around with it. If you want to challenge yourself more, get lower and lower towards the floor. I would say about a foot off the floor would be the most challenging and prescribed for a workout. This will be the shoot through for today.
The final move is the V-sit. Remember guys, you can challenge yourselves with a weight between the heel, or you can do a toe to bar if you have a pull-up bar at home. So for the V-sit, first progression, you can just do a sit-up. So you can get an ab mat under your back or a towel, roll up a shirt, whatever. We're just gonna come all the way up, touch the shoes, come back down. You can use your arms. Those are a bit too easy for you. For 3, it's probably gonna be a bit too easy. You can switch to a jackknife. So in a jackknife, we start off in that hollow body position. The knees come in towards the chest. The V-sit is very similar, except now we're keeping our legs locked out and we're trying to bring our arms overhead and then bring the hands in towards the toes. If you don't touch the toes, that's okay. You're just gonna try to get as close as you can and you're gonna try to keep everything nice and straight.
Box jump over. I'm gonna just set up, I'm just gonna use a ball. Notice how my ball is small here, guys. So if you have a small object, I want you guys to emphasize your jump. So instead of being close to it, maybe take a step back and try to hop over it. Okay, almost lost the bounce there. So hop over it so you're working on that explosiveness in your jump. Okay, so again, hop over it from a distance, turn around, jump again.
Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the run. I'm going to go into the afterburner just to stretch out those ankles and get them a little bit more loose. So we're going to start off with the ankle activation and strengthening here. So I'm going to adjust to get her toes high as possible on the post. From here, she's going to bend her knee in towards the post. For 90 seconds, we're going to think about pushing her toes, for 10 seconds, we're going to think about pushing her toes down into the floor, so into the post, while picking up through the ankle. And then 10 seconds, think about trying to pull the toes up while you're in that stretch position. So when you're doing this, guys, your toes shouldn't actually lift off the post. You should be in that stretch position, but really trying to focus on pushing your ankle down to the floor for 10 seconds, and then pulling your ankle up for 10 seconds. So once you've done this for 90 seconds on both sides, we're going to go into our shin rollout. So we're trying to roll out the outside of the shin. So you can use a lacrosse ball for this. First option is you guys can sit on the floor comfortably. Stay on the outside of the shin, not on the bone. And then just rolling all the way down in that shin, starting from the top, just rolling all the way down into that ankle. Trying to stay on that lead part of the calf there in that shin, guys, not on the bone. You can take about 90 seconds on both sides. Apply pressure if you find a little bit of a sticky point. Hang out in that position. If you want more pressure, you're feeling a little bit dangerous, you can get on top of that lacrosse ball. So Jess is putting her weight on that lacrosse ball, and the same thing, she's going to roll forward. She's going to roll forward on that lacrosse ball as much as she can, and then same thing back again. That's the face that she's making that means it's feeling good. So play around with that, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the workout, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.